Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. The FBI failed America. That's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. The Bureau has been corrupt for decades. J. Edgar Hoover cut deals with the Kennedys, the mob. They spied on politicians, tried to throw elections. We know that. But this week, we heard something even more disgraceful. U.S. gymnasts testifying in front of the Senate, blasting the Bureau for covering up the Larry Nassar sex abuse scandal. Remember, Nassar was the USA gymnastics doctor who sexually abused hundreds of gymnasts? Hundreds. This week, these ladies ripped the FBI for ignoring their reports for months, even years, then lying and covering it up.
After telling my entire story of abuse to the FBI in the summer of 2015, not only did the FBI not report my abuse, but when they eventually documented my report 17 months later, they made entirely false claims about what I said. USA Gymnastics, in concert with the FBI and the Olympic Committee, were working together to conceal that Larry Nassar was a predator.
The FBI agent Michaela Maroney spoke to didn't even write up the report until over a year later, and when he did, he falsified it. Aly Raisman, a gold medalist, testified the FBI wouldn't even speak with her until 14 months after she contacted him. At least 40 more girls were molested over the next 14 months. The Justice Department's IG report concluded the FBI botched the entire thing, waiting for over a year to do anything after the complaints poured in. While the FBI turned a blind eye, the girls suffered a trauma that's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. The FBI admitted it ignored and covered up a massive molestation scandal.
I'm sorry that so many different people let you down over and over again. And I'm especially sorry that there were people at the FBI who had their own chance to stop this monster back in 2015 and failed. And that is inexcusable. It never should have happened, and we're doing everything in our power to make sure it never happens again.
That's a worthless apology. Only one agent got fired. Joe Biden never even said anything about it this week, neither did Kamala. But this is just the tip of the iceberg for the corrupt FBI. The FBI let Jeffrey Epstein walk around abusing children for almost 15 years. The billionaire pedophile cut a sweetheart deal with the feds, then raped more teens under everybody's nose. This happened under Robert Mueller's watch, Jim Comey's watch. The FBI seized surveillance footage from all of his homes. Where did all that go? Nobody knows. It's buried. After the deadly '96 Summer Olympics bombing in Atlanta, the FBI tried to pin the crime on the wrong guy. Remember Richard Jewell? Investigators created a sketch of a man they thought planted the pipe bomb, but the FBI refused to release it. Instead, an innocent man's life was ruined. The feds painted him as a lone wolf without any evidence.
Do you feel you'll ever have a life, the kind of life you had before?
The kind of life I had before? No. The FBI and the press changed that forever.
Do you think those who are responsible for what happened to you have been held accountable?
No. I don't think 2 weeks without pay is accountable for what they did.
You're speaking about the FBI agents?
Yes. They violated my constitutional rights.
And as you heard, nobody was even fired for that. Here's another doozy. The father of the guy behind the Pulse nightclub shooting that killed 49 people, he actually worked for the FBI. Sadiq Mateen was the father of Omar Mateen, that terrorist who murdered dozens of people in 2016 at that Orlando nightclub. Turns out the dad was working with the FBI as a confidential informant for over a decade, leading right up to the massacre. The dad sent money transfers to Afghanistan and Turkey before the shooting, while at the same time working for the Bureau. Multiple complaints were made against the son for being a terrorist sympathizer. He was connected to Al-Qaeda, but the FBI did nothing. The FBI has had rotten people in their network for years. One of their own informants was living with two of the 9/11 hijackers. Yet the two guys still managed to hit us on that terrible day. It gets worse. Remember the Parkland school shooting in Florida? Tips came in 6 weeks before the massacre. alerting the FBI that Nicholas Cruz was an armed and dangerous, likely school shooter ready to blow. The FBI never even followed up on the tip, and over a dozen innocent children died. The FBI basically dropped their investigation into the Las Vegas massacre after over a year of wasted time. Stephen Paddock, who shot and killed 60 people at a festival in Vegas, the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, and the FBI came up empty, and we never hear about it. Something isn't right there. The FBI was also heavily involved in the plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Whitmer. According to BuzzFeed, FBI informants played a huge role in engineering that plan. And then the lead FBI agent on the case, he was just popped for beating his wife after a swingers party. And what really happened with Hunter Biden's laptop? The FBI has had it for almost 2 years. Sat on it, nothing. Waters World doesn't want to hear any more apologies, no more suspensions without pay. We need to audit the FBI and clean house. You can't trust them. It's failed us, failed innocent women and children, cost lives and livelihoods, and nobody pays a price. It's the most incompetent and corrupt part of the entire government. And that says a lot. In yet another story involving FBI corruption, Special Prosecutor John Durham charged Crooked Hillary's lawyer with lying to the FBI. The indictment's a window into how the Russia hoax got started. Basically, it started with Hillary. Hillary's paid political operative, a lawyer named Michael Sussmann, provided the FBI with bogus material falsely tying Trump to Russia. Hillary's paid political operative, this lawyer, Michael Sussmann, provided the FBI with this BS, basically, and then lied to the FBI and said he wasn't a paid political op. He hid that he was doing this for Hillary, leading the FBI to believe, this guy was just a concerned citizen, not motivated by politics. And remember when the DNC server was hacked? Sussmann is the same lawyer who handled that hack. He refused to turn the hacked server over to the FBI for analysis and then pinned the blame on Trump Russia. Notice a trend? It gets deeper. Sussmann's a lawyer at the firm Perkins Co., or he was anyway. He just resigned. Perkins Co. is the same firm that Hillary used to pay for the fake dossier. The dossier was given to the FBI, remember, who used it to get a warrant to spy on Trump? So back to Durham's indictment. All summer and fall of 2016, Sussmann, his firm, his tech contact, the Clinton campaign, leaked this bogus collusion material to the media, ginning up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, claiming the Trump organization had a secret server back-channeling to Putin's favorite Russian bank.
Extensive electronic communication between a computer server associated with the Trump campaign and one associated with Alfa Bank. Alfa Bank is a large Russian bank. It's considered to be closely linked to the Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Meanwhile, Hillary was the one with the secret server. This hoax was just a distraction from her own crime. This whole time, Sussmann's firm was billing the Clinton campaign for all this dirty work. Now, so the indictment describes efforts to find or create a, quote, narrative tying Trump to Russia. But the cyber guys working with Crooked's lawyer knew the material didn't tie Trump to Russia. They admitted over email it was a red herring. It was spoofed, they said. But instead, the operatives spruced up the docs and the lawyer fed the fake material to the FBI anyway. The FBI opened one of several investigations into Trump because of this crap, wasted the FBI's valuable time, money, and manpower, and triggered a swirl of suspicion and investigative controversy surrounding Trump unfairly, which ultimately led to the Mueller investigation, which, as we know, found no collusion. And the FBI knew early on the material they were being fed didn't add up. But they doctored evidence and kept using dirty informants to spy on the Trump campaign and undermine his presidency. That was the insurance policy in action. So the bottom line, Clinton's lawyer lied to the FBI to cover up the fact that Clinton was the one cooking up the fake Trump-Russia collusion story. The CIA knew it, Obama and Biden were briefed on it, but they all went along with the hoax. So what's next?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.